Well guys, I just walked over a mile from Hillside. Stone Road is right there. If you guys know where I am, you know how far I walked. I can get in here. I found two ways in, but I cannot right now for a couple reasons. Number one, there's security already here. I don't care, I'm recording. Property under video surveillance. There's a truck right there, center of the screen. So this is the old Haydite quarry called the Pit. The Pit is actually back, straight back and around the left. It looks nothing like it used to growing up. There are two holes in the fence. That actually right there is the quickest way in, but there is cameras here. There's a surveillance house right there. There's a truck right there with two guys sitting in it watching me. They're obviously closed down for quite a few years now. They did leave this big piece up on that hill straight back there, and to the left is where our dirt bike racetrack used to be. We would get down here on our dirt bikes from Hemlock, I believe was the street, and then race up there. That was 30 years ago. 1994, 95, 96. 30 years ago. If I don't ever get up there, I will, but it's got to be nighttime with no lights. But then what's the point? You guys can't see the quarry. You can't see the pit now if there's no lights and at nighttime. So if I do get up there, it's going to have to be up that ridge, through the fence down there, up that ridge on the back side, and come around the very far back where we used to ride dirt bikes. Can't do it here. I just walked a mile and a half for, well, I know where to go now. Unfortunately, we're not getting up there today. I do know how to get up there. It's going to be a living hell of a nightmare to do it. You know what? I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to pick up where the old Stone Road Bridge used to be. People died jumping off of it, and they finally tore it down. I will look at this. This is wood. Those are like, oh, those are just massive railroad ties or something. Those aren't regular railroad ties. No, those aren't railroad ties. These have massive spikes in it. Okay, I'll pick up when I get to where the bridge used to be. I have not been here since the bridge has been gone, so that's kind of cool. I'm getting a sore throat. So I will be back with you guys in a second. You know what? No, we're going to keep it on. We've got like 40 minutes on this card, 30 minutes on this card. They actually have a little house up there. I see a camera. I see two cameras. And there's guards over here. I don't know, or maybe not guards, but there's people watching. Guess it was just not meant to be, huh? What's this? Oh, sorry, birdie. Got some finches coming out of here. Oh, just an old pump. Okay. Well, I'll show you guys where we can get up there. It would have to be something like a snowstorm, so not many people are out, and there's probably won't be anybody sitting here on Stone Road in their truck if there's a snowstorm. So that's a possibility. Well, this is at least something. I believe, yeah, the bridge has to be going, right? Yeah. I'll tell you a story. Ryan Mack got the same Honda XR 250 I got, 1994 model, and they were dual purpose, so we could be legally on the road and then go off on a path whenever we wanted. That's how I would get to the pit to ride. Everyone else had to walk their dirt bikes down the sidewalk 2 miles, unless you were feeling frisky. Is that people? That's people. Yeah, I don't know who it is. Somebody I know. Everybody I know is a poopy head. Wish I had some hiking partners. Somebody would have laughed their ass off watching me fall today. Sons of bitches. Yep, the truck's right there. Oh, they got solar power here. Yeah, we're gonna get into that pit. It's got to be probably a weekend. If it's during the day, it's got to be probably a Sunday morning. Oh wow, I've not. Oh, you're kidding me! They built a bridge for the towpath. What, dude? What the frick? There's a tow. This is all new. I've never seen any of this. Oh wow, this is all new. Okay, this is kind of cool. So Ryan and I were here on our XRs. There was a guy down there about 25 yards. This concrete slab was not here. It was just tracks. Ryan didn't know to not accelerate over the tracks because it'll flip your back tire off. You'll slide off your bike, you'll wipe out. He did not know that. I go across the tracks fine. He accelerates, wipes out. The guy who was right past this bridge here, this creek, throws his jacket off, pulls his pistol out. He's a park ranger and starts pointing it at us. Don't you guys go anywhere. Don't you dare move. We're like, whoa. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? So, oh, sorry, I got excited. I thought you were going to run. I'm like, what are you going to do? Shoot us? He's like, well, this is park. This is national park. You can't be on your dirt bikes here. It's illegal. I'm like, these are street legal. He's like, yeah, but you know. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, dude, you don't have to pull your gun. And Ryan was freaked out. That wasn't a person. That was just like a sign, one of these signposts. Ryan was freaking out. He was shaking, mostly embarrassed because he wiped out. This is all new, guys. This used to be a very... Oh no, the old bridge was down here. No, this is the old bridge. You are endangering your life and the lives of others by jumping, diving, climbing off the structure. They used to jump off this ancient bridge that used to be here. This road has been closed for probably 50 years. It ended right there. There were no guardrails there though. And people were jumping off and breaking their legs and drowning. I never knew this existed. I have not been down here since the mid-90s. I knew a few people. I knew one person that died on this. Another one was found murdered. Somewhere around here. Jason Edwards' body was found in the Cuyahoga or the canal. I forgot which one. But it was right around here. I never knew this existed. No one ever told me this existed. I guess they would have no reason to tell me. Hey! Oh, those are Canadian geese. I thought there were heron out there. They're just geese in the middle of the river. I'm kind of shocked this is here. Yeah, we've got a lot of adventures to go on, my friends. If you guys like these videos, it takes 1 second. Oh, what the heck? Okay, this is obviously Old Stone Road, and it would go right to Canal Road. You see what these signs say. If you like these videos, it takes 1 second to click the thumbs up. It takes another second to click on subscribe. It takes 2 seconds to click on share and then copy and paste the link to a friend. But if I did not deserve that in your eyes, then you don't have to do any of it. But it does give me incentive, a little bit of incentive, Oh, all it says is bridge ahead. Big whoop. To do more of these, I'm going to do them anyways because I thoroughly enjoy nature, especially the winter. It's winters, we really don't have a winter here anymore. Oh, there's a guy. So I want to do as much as I can till March, because we only have 3 weeks left in January, February. March isn't going to be cold. So I need to get out and do these places in the winter. Then I'll probably do them again in the spring if it's not too wet and rainy. And some of them in the summer, but some of them are too thick with brush and ticks everywhere. I guess ticks aren't a big deal because I've got that spray. Real expensive stuff that immobilizes them instantly. But it's you've got to check your body when you get home. You can't seal your body up with clothes because it's 90 degrees out, 90 and muggy. Okay, this bridge here, this little trestle was built in 2008. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an old house down here. Where am I? Since when has there ever been a building down here? Cameras. I see a camera on the tree, 2 cameras on the tree. Hemlock Creek Trail, 1.4 miles. This is all fenced off to get to the pit. The pit is literally right over this hill. When I talk about the pit, it's one of the biggest quarries in the country. And it's bigger now than it used to be. What is this? Hemlock Road. This is the Hemlock Road didn't... No. What... I'm so confused right now. What is this place? It's ancient. 2 cameras. They're probably not live. They look like the same cameras we had in the park 40 years ago, 50 years ago. But it may not be worth messing with, and everything's boarded up good. I don't know about the backside, but I got excited thinking we could get in there. I'm not breaking any laws. If there's an open window, that's not breaking and entering. But this is all boarded up really good, and it's Independence, and I'm not messing with it. So, see that hill way up there, through the thicket, way at the top? That's where I want to go. Next time we come in here, we're going to come from that hill. There's the pipes you saw earlier. I'm on the opposite side of the tracks. I don't understand what this trail is, where the trail leads. It's not on Google Earth. I'm gonna have to check Google Maps. I don't know why Google Earth hasn't updated. This bridge never existed. I don't know why this is here. That guardrail looks kind of newish. And right past that is the fence. Everything's fenced off. A boy drowned in there. I don't know if I told you that. A boy drowned in there about 4 years ago now. A teenager. They were fooling around. They jumped through the fence, over the fence, through the fence. They were swimming. I don't know if they were roughhousing and he drowned. But he drowned. Here comes a guy. I might ask him some questions. I won't get him on camera. I'll just turn the camera away. Indian mounds. truck is still there. Wow. Hello. How long has this been here?
Pardon me?
How long has this been here? I grew up here. I just haven't been down here in like 25 years.
Yeah, I grew up here too.
Okay.
Independence. This, I guess, was, well, going over there was Hemlock Road.
But Hemlock stopped at
Yeah,
that guardrail up top.
Yeah, they stopped at, I don't know. But this has been here probably, I don't know, it's kind of hard to remember, 8 years maybe?
Okay, that makes me feel better then. I didn't know that bridge went over the Cuyahoga where the old bridge used to be, where they used to jump off and die. I'm glad I'm recording all of it because I had no idea.
Yeah, they had, they I guess, Boyus Trucking used to own, or the Haydite.
Yeah.
And he wanted to use that bridge to come through here and dump stuff and do all this stuff. And I guess they just took the bridge down, the old bridge.
Yeah.
And then I saw the new one go up, and I was like looking at it. I was like, God, that thing is built forever. And but you know,
Yeah, that's.
so yeah, they had like a grand opening or something in September, maybe 2015 or something like
Okay.
that. I don't know.
Where does this lead to?
This?
Yes. And I never knew that old house was there either, whatever that is.
Well, I used to, this is part of the place I used to come down and hang out going up that way. Because there's like a quarry reservoir up there, you know.
I know it. So does this actually go to the old Hemlock?
Yeah, this was, there used to be three houses there when the Haydite was working, and that was where like some of the workers' families were.
Okay.
And two of the houses, yeah, I don't know what they do with them. They left one up, I guess, just as like an artifact, you know, and so that's what that is. But that's been there for.
I had a dual purpose Honda, which was street legal, but a dirt bike.
Yeah.
I used to come down Hemlock, go down past the guardrail, and there was a flat dirt bike trail up there. This was 94, 31 years ago. And we used to ride. Now my brother and cousins, they had actual two-stroke dirt bikes. They had to push their dirt bikes down the sidewalks from Hillside. I lived by 77.
Okay.
They would push it all the way down and then start it up past the guardrail so they didn't irritate the neighbors, the houses there. But it's totally different now. I'm blown away.
Yeah, then when they shut the Haydite down.
Yeah.
And
I knew that, and then the boy drowned there. I saw that on the news.
I don't know if you've ever been back that way.
No, I want to somehow get up there. I don't know.
I went back there. A couple guys used to walk down here, old as me.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, and they said, "Do you ever go back there?" I go, "No."
Is there a way to get through there?
Well, they've got it all. With
Is it all
that
fenced
and with
off?
The Haydite and all that, it's got a good security system.
There's a truck still sitting here for the last 45 minutes.
But they were bringing like all those rocks and stuff they were using to shore up the riverside, or the Cuyahoga River.
Yeah.
And all that. But anyway, so they showed me there's a fence, and you could squeeze through the gate.
There's a hole on the other side on the tracks, but it's through a swamp and straight up, and I'm not going to bother.
Well, this was like right over here.
Oh.
And so I said, I'm going to go over there. And you go over there, and you could see, it's like going to the moon. And there's just this huge pit. And
I have a story for you. Go on.
And it's just got it, straight sides.
Yep.
At the other side, right where it goes down. And with all the, all the clay and gravel and all that, Haydite, I guess you'd call it.
Yep.
There's not a lot growing over there, but then the kid drowned.
Yeah.
And so then they closed it off. They had new fencing put up, which that's not that. When you're a kid, that never stopped anybody.
Oh.
And but then I was walking down here. I remember it was in the November of maybe 2020, 2021, and it was a Sunday morning, and they had security and stuff. But I was on this trail here.
Yeah.
So over there, and all of a sudden I hear, "You are trespassing on private property. You must leave immediately." I was expecting Black Hawk helicopters. It's like something out of Close Encounters,
Wow.
And they say, if you have a password, text it to, If not, leave immediately, and they
Wow.
repeated it a few times. I heard it the other day, probably about 3 weeks ago. I was over there, but I was on that bridge and I was hanging out, and I don't know if there was somebody on the other side.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of weird, so it's hard to get in there.
I can get up to that top hill way in the back, but it's through a swamp off the tracks.
Yeah.
I just want to get up high and just record it and just get in and get out, but I can't do it in the winter. It's all mud underneath here.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it in the summer with all the ticks and bugs and stuff.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
In the late 80s, the quarry was totally empty, no water, nothing. Uncles, aunts, mom, stepdad, cousins, it was a winter, we all went down the circular path right to the bottom of the pit. There was 3 inches of water in it. It was really cool. I might have that on VHS because I did a lot of camcorder stuff back then, but it was so cool. And it would periodically just be filled with water, emptied, filled with water again. It's just weird.
I don't know either.
It's like they hit a vein or something that just fills it up.
Yeah, and you don't know not to cast dispersions
Comes
on
with Black Hawk.
Yeah, on the kid. But you don't know, it was a big party.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah, I'm sure they're...
Who knows? He hit his head or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, even when they first opened us up, that house over there, it actually had glass windows on it. And there's a guy that comes down here. I haven't seen him in a while, a couple of years, but he used to walk down here, and he grew up in Independence, and we talk about the good old days, or call them that. But there was kids who'd come down, and they had one a shotgun, and apparently blew out the windows, because you'd see the casings.
Why'd you need a shotgun to blow out the window?
I guess I have no idea.
Why would you?
So the police then boarded him up. They got a security camera facing on the thing and all that. So
I saw the camera.
But
what's your last name?
Gindelsberger. I grew up on Elmwood Avenue.
I don't recall that. I worked at the Civic Center from '92 to 2000 at the Community Services side with Dorothy Ornis, and
I left. We were out.
Okay.
I left to go to Ohio State in
Okay.
1970. So
Okay. Yeah, I pretty much knew everybody in the city for the 8 years. From the toddlers to the senior citizens,
Yeah.
I knew all the last names.
I walk every once in a while. I'll walk down Elmwood Avenue because that's where I grew up.
Okay.
And my grandparents' house is for sale on Elmwood. It was built, I think, in 1929. But they want, because it's independence and everything, they wanted like $290,000 for it. They remodeled a lot of it. There's only so much you can do with something like that.
Yeah.
And it isn't selling, so. But yeah, I mean, it's.
This is totally different. I'm shocked.
Yeah, like I said, this used to be Hemlock Road.
Yeah.
And then you could go down Hemlock or Stone Road and go around and do like that loop and come back up. I worked for summer job I had with the City of Independence in service,
Yeah, service garage.
And the the foreman for the service department, his last name was Haydite, his son got killed in Vietnam. You'll see it. You can see his poster, or whatever they call that, on the town square.
That sounds familiar.
But he was from Lebanon, and so he had a.
When did you work for the service garage?
That was just summertime. I worked there.
Okay.
That was 1972.
Oh, okay.
That was just summer.
You're 20 years before me.
And if you'd find a roadkill or something, somebody'd hit a raccoon or something. My last name is Gindelsberger, but he always didn't pronounce it. He'd go, Ginsberg, go take truck, get cart, go get raccoon and throw it over bridge over there, so that the Hemlock Bridge, I was thinking, 10,000 years from now, people would think it was like a ritual or something. You had all these animal bones. That's what I would do. You throw this thing over the bridge.
Yeah, things were different back then.
Yeah. But yeah, it is different. At first, I didn't like the whole idea of this thing being built. Leave it in the woods and all that. But I use it
you're
all
out
the
here.
time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's a people can use it now. They wouldn't have access to that, you know.
Yeah, it's good. It gives people reason people to get out.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for the information. That's really cool. I still can't believe it.
Oh yeah. My father was a mailman, and every once in a while he would come down here, and they had the B&O Railroad Station. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember. There was like a little building.
Yeah, actually, I
My
do.
cousin used to work in there. She was 60s at that time, and I would ride in his mail truck, and he'd come down here and talk to her, and she used to have Snickers bars and big ones like this in the freezer, so that she would have a Snickers bar, So,
crazy.
So yeah, that was down here, and I don't know when they got rid of that.
So many memories down here.
Yeah, there's people you run into them that live down here all their life. They tell me stuff that I didn't.
Well, I'm glad you filled me in, because I saw the bridge over the Cuyahoga. I'm like, what is this? When did this get built?
Yeah, those bridges. Did you come down?
No.
Oh.
I came from the Canal Visitor Center down the tracks to try to find a way to sneak up to that hill, but it's too steep and muddy. Yeah, and then I saw this. I'm like, well, I'll just go get some footage, and
yeah, if you follow this road up,
I'll do that another day.
You eventually, if you turn kind of bare to the right, there's two bridges just like that one, and there were two lakes, two ponds, lakes.
I remember those.
We used to call it Republic Steel Lake, or fish in there. There were carp and bullheads.
I remember that. They're still there?
Well, they filled in a lot. I mean, they didn't fill them in, but I think with this creek that would come down, I think it carried a lot of soil load just because they built so much up there.
Okay.
And because I remember a friend of mine, I used to work at the zoo, and he was doing the counties around here were trying to do some sort of study to see how many box turtles are left, and if there's any around. And I said, when I was a kid, I was over on Republic Steel land, and I caught two of them. And I said, somebody could have let them go there. People did that all the time. But I had two of them, Oh, no, it was Blanding's turtles. That's what it was, Blanding's.
I've never heard of that.
And he's like, where is that? And I go, and this wasn't built yet. And I tried to tell him, and he wouldn't understand. So I thought, when this was built, I'll find it. So I came down, and I was standing on those bridges, and I'm like looking. I wonder where that is. I thought that would be down here. I wonder where it is. And then I realized that was the place. It just got filled in with everything.
I will have to go up there sometime and check it out, because I went as far as the house.
Yeah, you'll see them. You'll go to the right. There'll be like one big one and then one small one, and bridge. But they're built like that thing. They're like, to me, it looked like overkill or something.
So they're new?
Yeah,
what happened to the old? There used to be like an old stone.
No, those are new. They tore everything down.
They tore it all down?
Yeah. The bridges up there that went across those ponds were just like...
Yeah, they were...
gravel, but they had built them on a platform. There was a stone waterfall.
Yeah, I remember that.
Them.
I could get my dirt bike across that. This is amazing. I don't even... I got to get up there.
Yeah, good luck. There's a spot if you go up that way.
Yeah, but they're going to scream my name, trespassing stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I haven't been up there. They won't scream.
They won't know I'm up on that far hill. That's why I want to do. I just want to get up high, get some footage, and get out.
Yeah. But yeah, even though that and it could have been a malfunction in the security system, because that thing would go off like every 10 mintes when I was down here. And
really?
But nobody ever came down. The cops will come down.
Oh, so it just might be a deterrent?
I don't know. They might have cameras. I don't know. I don't know what it is. If they say it's monitored 24/7. I don't know. But it is interesting.
It is interesting. It's very well. Thank you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Very interesting.
Are you in town or?
I live in Cleveland, right on Broadview and Brook Park, next to St. Leo. Yeah. Just wanted to come out. I actually left at 4:30 this morning. I went up to the old property that's right by the tracks across.
Okay.
The houses are gone. There was always rumors about those people up there they would shoot at people if you trespassed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know anything about.
No, I was shot at, but not over here. It was in Richfield.
Oh, okay.
The guy had so many signs up, don't trespass. But to get from point A to point B, it was so much shorter. I thought, yeah, all of a sudden you hear the bullets hitting off.
I was on Google Earth the other day, and I saw that it's been leveled. So I went up there, had the lights on, nice snow blew in, but there's nothing up there now. I just didn't know the history of that place. Because growing up, it was always the hillbillies down at the end of Hillside are shooting at people again. But we live in a bubble here, grew up in a bubble, so I don't know if any of that was true.
When I grew up, the people over those houses, they were considered the hillbillies.
Okay, see how we have different stories?
Hemlock Road. And I went to school with them. I mean, now that I'm, once I got older, they were always like ready to fight, like that type of thing. But as I got older and could look back, I could see they probably were, made fun of and stuff like that.
Now, we didn't have any kids that went to school with us from that family. It was just, as far as we knew, older people that never left.
Yeah.
And they would shoot at trespassers. So I've always been curious about the property, so I went up there and kind of checked it out.
Do you remember when they cleared out the houses on Rockside, where all that industrial, like where the Denny's is now, and all those buildings for industrial, they sold them, and then the way they got rid of them is they just burned them. And they were nice houses.
No, that was before my time. Like where the Denny's and everything is right now, there were all houses there?
It was all residential.
No, when growing up for me, like being a teenager in the late 80s, early 90s, that was all.
Took place like in the late 60s.
Denny's was already there. That was our hangout.
Yeah, we used to hang out up on.
So that was all houses. That would make, and they just burnt it.
I remember seeing it. I don't know if they burned all of them, but a friend of mine, he was like a couple of years older than me, and he said, "Let's go down and look." And we went down there, and we saw the house burning away, and the fire trucks were there, and said they're just burning them down. It's easier to clean, and they could do like exercises and stuff,
Oh yeah, the firemen. Were you still around in the area when the Willow burnt down? Okay, we're recording on internal storage. This is a perfect example why I love this camera. I don't have to get my backpack off, replace the SD card, and I've got an hour and a half of 2.7K resolution on this internal storage, and I only got about 20% left on the battery. That was an awesome talk with that guy. I learned a lot. That was really eye-opening. So this path goes right up to Hemlock, where we used to sneak down on our bikes, and I cannot get my glasses back in my pocket, so it's going to go in my front pocket. So we're going to get out of here. Snow's coming in. It's got to be late. I would say, geez, 9 o'clock-ish now. I'm not going to get back till 9:30. Why are the railroad track things flashing? The railroad is, trains are done here for this season. This was awesome. I'm glad we came down this way. Bridges here I didn't know exist. I am going to go up that path sometime all the way up to Brecksville Road 21. I am not walking. Oh, I guess I have to. I don't know. The truck is still there. So you heard him say didn't want to get him on camera. I don't think he would have minded. I think he would have enjoyed it. But really cool guy, knows all the same stories. How they had the house you saw, how they were the hillbillies in his days of the 70s in high school, and those houses were shut down pretty much. You heard how he talked about the alarm system going off and you are now trespassing. They won't know I'm up on that mountain in the back though, if I can get up there someday. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. I don't know why that is flashing. I am going to turn it back on when I show you the fence I can get. Well, the fence is already ripped down. It's just a matter of getting through a swamp, I think, and up a hill. That is not happening today, and it's not happening if I'm alone. I'm really interested in getting up there. Yes, that hill right there, and there's another security truck right behind me. Good grief, man, they're serious down here. It's a security truck, never mind. They got stuff going on down here still. What the heck, man? Oh, he's just turning around. That hill, that monstrous hill back there, and it looks like it was actually dug out. That's where we're going to get to, and it's going to be a nightmare getting from these tracks up to that hill through all these thickets. And there's the pit straight back. Oh, that looks totally different than what it used to be. They really dug that out wide. Totally different. Now that pit changed over the course of the years. It changed shapes and depths every couple of years. I would go up to the hill in the back and look at it, and it didn't even look like it was the same place. It looked alien. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. I will turn it back on when I show you where I want to get to. And then we'll have our outro. But this was actually pretty cool. There's the hill I want to get to, way up there. And they won't have a fence up there. They won't have cameras. They won't have speaker systems saying you are now trespassing. And I want to get all the way to the... Okay, there's a road right there. There's a road. You see that? Or is that a mound of dirt? That just might be a mound of dirt. No, that looks like a road. See the snow in the middle of the trees? Well, whatever it is, it can be walked on, and it goes up that ridge. That could be the old trail that I was on. Here, I'll tell you a little story while I'm here, because I'll probably forget while I'm on. There's the sheer size of the cliff. Wow. So I was on my, again, that Honda XR250L, dual purpose, 1994. I had it for a year and a half before I sold it and got the Nighthawk. But I'm back in these woods up on this hill. There was a big path that ran parallel with the houses on hillside. Big path, 15 feet wide. It was an old path that they must have used for the quarry, but it was no longer used. That might not actually be too hard to get up into. Looks like it clears up there as far as brush. Got left side, go up top. Actually, I might do this soon. This is exciting. Anyways, I always get distracted. I had mirrors on the bike, obviously, because it was street legal. We had a wild dog problem in Independence for decades. When Dave and Vince and I would go visit Michelle and Shelly and Maria in the thought I saw something on that hill. In their development we would take the easement across the street from me over to the power grid. That's off Pleasant Valley. You can see it from 77. Dogs would chase us up the fence, and we would have to hold on for dear life until neighbors came out with bats and sticks, scaring the dogs off. They wanted to kill us. My brother and I almost got killed by a wild, it looked like a husky, some kind of husky variant. It was going to kill us. My dog jumped through the screen door and attacked it. So back to the dogs. I was alone riding up that path, and something in my mirror, my left mirror, caught my attention. I saw movement. I turned around, and there's 4 or 5 wild dogs barreling down on me, and I wasn't going fast. I was probably going 15 or 20. Beautiful summer day. I'm like, what the heck? So I sped up. They chased me all the way up Hemlock, and when I got past that guardrail, I didn't look back. I just got to Brecksville Road. I couldn't believe it. They were crazy. And that was 94. So even from the late 70s to the mid 90s, yeah, that's a dirt pile. That's not a path. Oh, and it leads up to this thing we saw earlier. Oh, guess where we are, guys? We're where I can get in. So this is it. I'm gonna see if Eric can come up here with me and help me, because it might take 2 of us to get up here and do this. I just hurt my left knee again. You know what? This is not a swamp. We're doing this. It's right there. And whatever that dirt pile is, we can take it up around the left and get to the top. Okay. We're doing it, guys. That's not a swamp like I thought. If it is, it's only 3 or 4 feet wide. I don't think there's any cameras up here. Well, we're gonna find out, I guess, if we hear please leave the property. It scared the crap out of me. Okay, everybody, this second video, their second section, second adventure of today's excitement. Hold on a second. You can just go right up here. Oh, and there's that dirt path. Okay, they just think people are too lazy to do it. That's straight up. That's very steep, especially in this snow. That's actually better. It's further back, and then right up there is clear. It's just more of an incline, but it's actually further away out of sight, and it's still on that dirt path. Okay, cool. So, this is not a bad incline, but look how thick it is. Okay, back to the outro. Thank you for joining me in this adventure. I get distracted so easily. This is perfect weather right now. 10-15 degrees. Very slight wind. I still have a mile to go till I get to the Canal Visitor Center. Checking the viewfinder, everything looks good. I hope the camera settings work good for daytime, because I have not done yet videos for day and night. But if you like this, if you found any of it interesting, if you know any of the history of the places that we were discussing, the gentleman and I, let me know in the comments. If you know anybody that knows anything, reach out to them. Like the property we were at this morning, I don't know what I'm going to name that video. Or if you used to come down to the pit, Stone Road Bridge. This was all new to me. Those bridges were all new to me. I didn't know there was a bike and walking path there. I'm blown away. So thank you. If you enjoyed this, anybody Nope. Oh, see, that track is not straight. You see that bend? The right side is bent. Left side looks straight as an arrow. This right side looks like where I am gets really wide. That's why it derailed last week. Derailed out in closer to Akron. They had to bus everybody back to the Canal Visitor Center here. Yep. Feds came in because it's a federal run train, part of the federal park system. They realized it's just because the tracks were too far apart at one point, and four cars derailed but did not flip. Nobody was injured. So please like, share, subscribe. Liking helps the algorithm. YouTube is evil. Google is evil. Let's get that out of the way. But they're an evil necessity, I guess. I've tried. That rumble's a joke. Is that the place I tried? I can't remember the other. So please like, subscribe, and share. Clicking on subscribe and like takes half a second. Comment if you'd like. And my goal for this was to see the land that I've always been curious about. I wish the houses were still up and could see old, the heck was that, antiques, or I love that kind of stuff, but it was just an open plot of land. But if anybody knows anything about the families that live there, why the houses are gone, who owns that property now, etc., etc., please let me know. Thank you for coming along, and I will see if I would reach out to Eric, but I know he's busy. See if Jason wants to come down this way. He's gonna have to dress appropriately, but he's the only one that would know, have all the memories I do of dirt bikes down here and how radically it looks compared to what it used to be, how different it is now. That's possible right there, but look at that thick stuff. But that's very possible. Look at the old telephone pole. No lines on it. Look at all the old fences. Telephone pole there, black. To the right of it's an old, some kind of post that still has wires on it, but it's down. It's not currently active. That might be a way up right there. This is just grass. Okay, remind me. I gotta remind myself. Who's gonna remind me? The birds. Look for that black telephone pole. That's old. Maybe we'll try that way. 3 ways: telephone pole, the one a little further back, and the one where the fence is ripped. 2 don't require to get through the fence. 1 kind of does. Start of crossing circuit. What does that mean? I don't know. Okay, thank you for joining me on this adventure. I get to go home and thaw out my Gatorade. I am parched. I have some Folgers. I've been up for 24 hours now, more than that. I'm tired. And I'll upload these in the next day or 2. It's going to take 2 days till they're posted. There's long. Yeah, we're about 4 hours now between the 2 sites. I'll separate them into 2 different long form videos. And there's Hillside, so we're almost home. Okay, everybody, thank you again. Happy New Year. Stay safe. I will hopefully have another video out in the next week or so, maybe sooner. See if Jason wants to come down here, because if I have to go up all those hills, I don't want to go alone and fall and have an issue. Okay, I got distracted again. Happy New Year, everybody. Have a wonderful day.